All right, so we are live.
Live doing it.
What
Like
up,
Jabba the
guys?
Hutt, but Pizza the Hut.
You're a pizza hut.
You know what? If you were to use that in actual, like, you're talking shit, that'd be very funny.
Where's your camera, Lance?
Oh, my PC, can't get on my, dude, I haven't been, not been, I think I'm high. I think I'm just high as shit.
I would
Because I
say
have
from
not
just
been able
what
to
you
get my
said.
words out. We even got fucking pulled over and I could not speak to the cop. Oh my god.
You
Kept
got pulled
stuttering.
over?
Yeah, because fucking my retarded ass homie, he's using a rent-a-car and it's a 2020 Dodge Charger.
Mm-hmm.
And this motherfucker sat there at the red light on the highway and just burnt out his tires on the
Dumbass.
middle of the highway and
Dumbass.
just zoned off. And we got pulled over. Cop fucking was chill as shit, surprisingly. Gave us a warning and it's like, hey, you know.
Not booty.
But it was crazy because the people who were like following, they had like at least 3-4 grams of weed on them. They just drove off. They were out.
Jeez.
So you just
And I
couldn't
smoked
outrun
some
them?
flower, and I haven't smoked flower in like 2-3 years. I took a rip at that, bro. Let me tell you.
Nice.
So you got pulled over because you couldn't outrun them, or what?
Kinda.
You don't want to trying to outrun a cop in Alabama, man. They got V12 engines. That shit will catch up to you. And the only thing you can use to beat their cars is probably a Hellcat and above.
Me and my buddy outran a state trooper here in Iowa on his Hayabusa motorcycle. We were going
Yeah.
206, we were going 268 miles an hour, and we were like flying. And I didn't have a helmet on. I was on the back. I like if we would have hit a pebble, I would have been dead. And we were just fucking flying because he wanted to get me back to work on time because I had to clock in by 4. And yeah, we fucking were flying, met a state trooper. He flipped around and like I was like, Dustin, like we're gonna fucking get in a lot of trouble. And he goes, no, we're not. And we just kept fucking going, fucking pulled up in his driveway. He fucking parked his motorcycle behind his mom and dad's house. I mean, we were going so fast the cop couldn't even read our fucking license plate. You know, we fucking oh shit, there goes Lance.
Wait a
But anyway,
minute.
we fucking pulled up in his driveway, parked his motorcycle behind his mom and dad's house. I pulled out a fucking cigarette, lit it, took like 2 drags, and then all you just see is cherries going past his fucking his fucking mom and dad's house. And he
Damn.
goes, well, I'm gonna take you to work, but we're not gonna take my motorcycle. I'm like, no, dude, that's fine. Yeah, so we hopped in his mom's Mustang.
That's
Fucking took him to
funny,
work.
bro.
Dude, I would have been fucking like a pile of fucking spaghetti on the highway. It would have been terrible if we would have gotten in an accident. It would have been
Jesus.
bad.
See, I have never like tried to outrun a cop or been in a car that tried to or anything.
Well, his whole thing is he had at that time he had so many moving violations and speeding tickets. Within a year he would have like probably went to jail and lost his license and stuff. And he was just like, I can't fucking risk it, dude. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. And like next thing you know, I look over his shoulder because I'm like grabbed onto him because I'm
Yeah.
like, if I'm gonna fucking die, I'm taking you with me, dude.
Right.
And I fucking looked over his shoulder and I just saw 268 on his fucking speedometer. I'm like,
Oh
oh my
my
fucking
god.
god. I'm like, we're gonna fucking die. And he goes, no, we're not. We're fine. I just remember I was like, Dustin, I'm gonna die. And
I don't
I'm
have
just
a
sitting there
helmet. I'm gonna die first.
dude and like I did that and I didn't like I mean I was scared but I wasn't that scared.
Right.
I'm twice as scared as hopping on a fucking roller coaster nowadays. I would rather hop on the back of this dude's motorcycle and just fucking risk my life. Like I really don't care. Like I just fucking hate that shit. Like amusement parks and shit like that. You can I'm sure I think Ed might be tuned into our podcast right now, but he knows how I am. Like I am such a fucking wimp when it comes to like roller coasters and fucking like theme parks and shit like that. Like I'm just fucking scared of all
See,
that
I
shit.
have
But
never
I'll
gone on a
hop on
roller
the back end
coaster.
of a fucking Hayabusa or fucking, a badass fucking bike and I'm fine. That shit
Yep.
fucking scares me.
Never been on a roller coaster. And then my dad, he owns motorcycles. and
Oh,
he
okay.
does those. He's actually gonna give me one when he gets a new one.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, my buddy Dustin, his Hayabusa, because I think they usually top out like 192 or like maybe 220 or something like that. But his was like all bored out and shit. He like sent it into like some sort of a dude that like rebuilt the motor and shit like that. Like he had it all decked out and shit.
hey, what's up, gosh?
Yeah, it was fucking wild, dude. Like, cause it was like a digital speedometer. I just remember peeking over his shoulder. I'm like, holy fuck, like this triple digits, but we're up in the 200s here. Holy fucking shit! Like I'm gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Like if a turtle happened to be crossing the road at that time and we would have hit that fucker, we'd been dead. Like all for fucking cheap casino fucking cigarettes from the reservation. That's all. That's what we were doing. Went to the
Dang.
reservation to go buy fucking cheap fucking cigarettes.
Dang.
It was fucking wild. Yeah.
So random question:
Yeah.
how do you eat a pear?
What?
How do you eat a pear? Because me and my girl were in the car. We talked about that, and she laughs the way I said I eat it. So, how would you eat it?
How would I eat a pear?
Yeah.
I don't, dude. Like, I think like the last time I ate pears, I ate them out of a can. Like, I've never actually like bought like pears for a
Oh,
long time.
okay. So just think: you have an actual pear, but they're squishy
Yeah.
and kind of soft.
Yeah.
How would you eat it? Would you?
I think I'd peel it and then like cut it up like an apple kind of thing. But I'd peel it first.
You don't eat the skin?
No, not on a pear. No.
Huh.
Peach, yes. I'll eat peach fuzz, but like in apples, like I'll eat the skin. But I don't think I've ever eaten like pear skin before.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I eat them is I have a spoon and I stab it and scoop it.
Oh, okay.
And my girl looked at me and just like, what? And just started dying of laughter when I said I eat it with a spoon.
Dude, so like my wife like made fun of me like because like I love avocados. I could eat like two of them a day. So like when I eat an avocado, like I slice it, you know, and cut it like and split it in half, take the pit out, and I will literally just put like salt and pepper on it
Yep.
and just scoop it out of like the shell with a spoon, and I'll just eat it like that. And my wife's like, "That's so fucked up," and I'm like, "Why?" And she goes, "You gotta take it out of there and like dice it up and like lay it on top of like your a taco or something like that." I'm like, "No, you don't have to do that. Like, I just
What?
like eating like
You don't
avocado
gotta go
by
all fancy?
no, like I just want like it's kind of like eating like a hard boiled egg, you know. You just need to put like some salt and pepper on it.
Yeah. Shit.
What the
See,
fuck?
why does it always show my fucking? Oh wait, it's because my shit ain't plugged in. That's why. Let me plug in my camera. Let me make sure y'all can't see none of my friends list.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
What? I need to take a chill already. There we go.
What a
Alright, so
fucking keyboard.
Lance,
Yeah, get a little hand cam, you know. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you the
What's up?
same question I asked Seth. How do you eat a pear?
I just bite into it.
That's it?
Yeah, it's a pear. It's fruit. Oh.
So,
An apple?
so the way I eat them, I told my girl this, and she started dying of laughter, is I eat them with a spoon. It's look.
Lance is like really contemplating.
I think he's like really thinking about this now.
My answer was I've always eaten them just out of a can, like canned pears.
You are one old fuck.
I am. I'm old as shit, dude.
Go over here. Do you eat canned prunes too?
No, I eat them like I just drink those prune juice.
I won't lie though, canned pears are fucking bomb.
Canned pears.
Y'all are
So,
weird, bro. Just eat it like a regular human being. It's hard, you know.
dude, nothing beats canned pears and some cottage cheese. That's the best fucking thing ever. You put some canned pears in a fucking bowl, put some cottage cheese over top of it. That is the best. That's like a dessert. That's a delicacy right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just give me the pear and give me a spoon. I'll stab it and scoop it.
Dude, is that a box of crumble cookies behind you, Lance?
I thought it was a box of donuts.
This,
Yeah, what
This?
is that? Yeah.
this, a box of vapes.
I thought it was a
I
box
thought
of
it was
donuts.
like a box of crumble cookies or something.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at that.
And of
Oh,
course,
box.
they're
Right,
empty.
I mean,
Empty.
yeah, because I mean, they're all been smoked out, smoked, and actually, one of them's right here. These haven't came out yet. I'll show the stream, but
Actually,
you know,
pretty cool.
yeah,
This is the
Yeah.
one I've been vaping on lately. This is pretty good. It tastes like grape soda. It's
This is
good.
what I've been smoking.
you know what?
recently.
Hey, real quick, so I can just show off.
Oh, there's
See,
it.
you see, it says, you read the milligrams, right? It says 200 milligrams.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2000. Yeah.
Oh, and one bag is 200 each. It's 10.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've got 3 in my hand, right? Pick a number, one of y'all, between 1 through 10.
8.
5.
All right, cool. Wow, I literally have 8 in my hand.
Dude. It was Kismet. Jesus fucking Christ. You're like Joey Diaz. Jesus fuck, man. If I fucking did that,
Well-
I'd be high till like fucking like.
I would do
Drink.
that and smoke one of these. Make it even better. Hell yeah. See, mine's empty. I got that. That's all I got.
I ain't got fucking nothing. I got some gummies, but if I took one of those, like I'd probably, meet Buzz Aldrin or something up on something.
Bro, gummies is a different high. It's hard to
They are.
explain.
It is a total different one. Like flower high and fucking gummy highs are fucking two different names.
Yeah. So which one would you guys rather do? Would you rather drink or would you rather smoke?
Smoke.
I'm a drinker, so I'd rather drink. I like working my way to euphoria instead of like euphoria sneaking up on me and being like, oh, there you are. Like, oh shit. Like, this is wild. Yeah, because I'm a lightweight when it comes to like
Face and be nice.
I'm a huge lightweight when it comes to like smoking or taking gummies or whatever. Like I just get way too fucking gone way too quick. So with drinking, like I can kind of like be like, all right, I've had a couple of beers, I'm feeling good. Let's keep the buzz going, kind of deal.
Yeah.
But like with smoking or taking gummies, I'm like, oh, hit that wall pretty quick. Now I need to back off, but it's hard to back off. Whereas if you've been drinking a little bit, you can like always like have a cup of coffee or drink a couple glasses of water, and you can kind of come down pretty quickly. You're still drunk, but you're like, you can kind of like make sense of it and kind of like work your way back to sobriety. Whereas like weed, there's like, for me, there's nothing that can back me down until I just ride it out until it's gone. So yeah. What the fuck are you doing, Lance? You a gerbil? Look at you.
I'm drinking water, bro. What are you talking about?
Dude, who fucking drinks water like that? Are you a dentist? That's like a water pick right there.
No, I accidentally cut a hole into it, so I had to do it like that.
Oh, you just wanted to do it like that? Okay. Well,
I've got
definitely
3 left in here, 1 left in there. You got 4 edibles left. My entire. You know what? I'll open new vape up. brand new one right on the screen. You know,
Like
ran out of package.
opening up a fucking condom here. Like, look at it.
Yeah, blueberry raspberry.
Oh, blue raz.
It's ass.
Just send it to me. I'll take care of it. I'll dispose of it for you. Dude, shotgun that fucking shit. Just fucking do it.
I don't know how to shotgun actually. To be honest with you.
Oh,
You don't know how to
gotta pop a
shotgun?
hole in the-
Hmm.
Yeah, pop a hole in
Never
the
done
bottom of the can and just fucking like take it to the head.
You mean like so?
So
Pop
you
a
have
hole bottom of the can.
So like, say you have
No,
a
on the
brand new
side of the
can.
bottom.
Okay, hold on. I'll
So-
grab one.
So what you gotta do is on the side you poke a little hole and then pretty much get your thumb in it, so you can get like good chunk.
But keep it like level.
Yeah.
Don't do it that way.
Yeah. Don't.
Like this.
No.
No,
That's just gonna
sideways.
spray it.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, sideways on the top there. Yep.
Yep. And then
Pop
And then
over.
what?
so
Pop
you
a hole.
pop a hole, put your thumb
Yeah,
through.
okay.
Don't cut yourself. Put your thumb through, and then when you're done with that, get it to your mouth, and then open the can.
Oh shit.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Got my thumb. Then what? Just
Okay.
do this and chug it.
And push
So-
in.
so
with your
you're
thumb
gonna
and then
drink?
back the top.
You're gonna drink through the hole you just made.
Yeah, you drink through the hole where your thumb is. But
So the moment
crack
you
the
start
top
drinking,
right when
you
you
pop
bring it
the
up.
top.
Yeah. That's a shotgun right there.
Yep. Chat, only do this if you're 21.
Yes.
I'm not gonna try and tell my chat to get a heart attack with a Red Bull. Yeah, you don't need heart attacks.
That was weird. A small ass fucking hole, man. It needs to be a bigger hole, I'm guessing.
Yeah, get a bigger thumb. You just wipe that on the pillow.
Yeah, I did. Don't give a shit. Looks like I pissed myself.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
So here's the way I do it.
Oh no, Lance, or Seth about the shotgun and a bigger can. Oh
So
shit!
So first thing I do is I go like this. I pop the top just a little bit, and then you poke your hole like this. Well, kind of. It's hard for me to do when I'm under pressure here. Then I poke my hole in the side over here. Okay. And then you bottoms up.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Like you did that. Okay.
Yep.
Put a little incision.
Did you get it all?
Huh?
Did
No,
you-
I got a little bit. I wasn't ready.
Okay.
Oh,
I got my thumb. Got a bigger hole.
you guys do that. I'm gonna stick with this.
Holy fuck. There you go, Lance.
Yay! Look, Seth being a good role model. Teach me how to shotgun.
Teach me how to do it.
That's how I do it.
You gonna teach your kids how to shotgun too?
When they're 21.
See, this knife, they can't do that, man. I've tried. It's fucking.
Dude.
It's like.
Dude, I should have done this one. This is the fucking best one.
There we go.
There you go.
Nice.
I got my
Oh, this would be dope to show. I got this from my fucking dad in Arizona. Got this shit.
like a scorpion sucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit
I've
is
had-
dope as fuck, man.
They're fucking good.
I haven't ate it yet. I don't want to.
They're not that
Maybe.
bad.
Want some?
It kind of tastes like in the beginning they're sweet, but then they taste like
You can come
kind
with
of
me.
I don't know, like shrimp. You know, that's what they
You're
kind of
welcome
taste
to
like.
You're welcome to me. It's up to you.
It's your guys'
So what?
job and stuff.
So what? Don't die.
Cool.
Too big?
A lot.
They have like a device you can buy. I saw it on TikTok. It's called the Kraken or whatever, and like you like shove it into the bottom of your beer can or whatever drink you want to shotgun. You slam it in there, and then you pop it and put your mouth up to it, and it doesn't like spray. Because like when I did mine, when I just shotgunned my
Do you
beer,
want another one?
mine kind of sprayed all over my
That's what I
floor,
thought. That's what
and I don't like that. So
Yeah.
But sorry, continue.
I got a couple of cans left.
I don't think I have any more beers.
I've got like
Got the whiskey.
literally I got 2 shots in this left from finish tonight, and I got the rest of this. Not even a little swig, just like a little taste.
Well, you might as well just water your plants with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your plants will just be like, "Fuck, man, I feel really good." I might grow. Oh, who knows?
You know, I don't use my Elite controller no more. I broke
Why?
it.
Oh,
So it's not broken. I use this one now, the regular Series S controller now. This shit is still kind of dope. My RB button. Oh wait, hold up.
This is my old.
Oh shit, is it working again?
so you're an Elite controller, right?
Yeah. So the RB button's fucking like messed up. I'm spamming it right now. It ain't working. It's like fucked up.
Okay,
I have to press it like
hold on.
hard as fuck.
But I have mad stick drift on it.
Hold on.
So
Do you have buttons on your back?
no.
Yeah.
Set it to it. Well,
Yeah, I
mean,
know
broken,
I
but
should do that, but I don't want to get used to it like that. You feel me?
I'm used to it like that. Like, check it out. So,
Plus, I only use my controller for like 2 games.
so like A, B, and then left pad, right pad.
Go lay down.
No, you lay down.
Just fucking sounds of the attention that something.
Yeah, this is my OG controller for my Xbox Series X, and I've got bad stick drift on it, so I got rid of it.
Actually, if you want to know how to fix stick drift, Seth, you pull out your joystick. You know, you pull it a little bit. It like pops out a little bit, and you move it in a circle a couple of times. You press it down.
I did that.
Oh,
and
okay.
it doesn't work. Yeah.
All right. That fixed my issue.
Like when I would play Call of Duty, if I'd just be sitting idle, like my character would just keep moving forward and shit. Didn't like it. So yeah, I went on eBay, fucking ordered this. I swapped the black for the white, the backplate here on my new one. And I got this controller and a brand new white one for $52.
Oh yeah.
And they're Xbox Series X controllers. They're
Okay.
just refurbished or whatever. So I got 2 controllers for like $52 or $56, I think, with shipping and everything. So
I got my Elite one from Best Buy for like, I think it was $80.
yeah, I just like sit and I just sit downstairs and play, and then I hand my daughter this broken ass one.
Oh
and
yeah,
let
that's
her
what you
fucking
do.
pretend she's playing. So yeah.
I gave my kids their own accounts on Xbox, so now like I'll let them play.
Yeah, my daughter, she'll be like, I want to play games, so I'll hand her this one. But here's the controller that she wants to use every fucking time, an old GameCube controller.
Nice.
You're like, I want that one. I want to play the game, and I'm like, here, take it. It's like, yeah.
Nice.
I fucking tied the cable up, and she'll just sit there and just like look at the screen, and it's great. It's fun.
Funny.
To shit.
Yeah, no.
Kids are
Recently, I let my kids play Lego Batman 2 together
Okay.
on the Xbox.
Yeah, my daughter, well, she's about 2.5 now, so she's just starting to kind of understand that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what she's going to be like by the end of the year.
Yeah.
She'll probably be no scoping people like
Mhm.
by October, I suppose. She'll be like messaging people on Xbox, get good scrubbed and shit like that, I suppose.
Yeah, my oldest likes to play Call of Duty. He plays Cold War.
Dude, fucking Cold War.
My girl has Cold War, and she sucks dick. She's shit. She is. I'm sorry. I told her straight up, you were dog shit. She was getting mad at me.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm sorry, but like you dog shit. Okay.
You fucking suck. Dude, that's
You
what I'm gonna be like with my daughter. I'll be like, yeah, you fucking suck. Get fucking good.
Watch, bro. Your girlfriend's gonna dominate you one day.
I will never let that happen to me.
Mhm.
I would not demean myself to that level.
I mean, you don't play Call of Duty.
I do. I need to get back into it, man. I just don't have fucking. It pissed me off. Okay. That game is just a game for fucking, you know,
Posers,
people who have, yeah, this tards and tards.
tards and tards. Jesus Christ.
What? That's what I,
Hey, Lance, I fucking beat Resident Evil 2 today.
You mean 3?
No, I beat the second one and I started playing the third one today. I beat the second one.
Nice. Look at you being a gamer.
And then like right when I like beat it, it's like, do you want to fucking keep going? And I'm like, sure. And then it starts me off playing Claire because I started off with Leon. So then like it's a whole nother like story because you got to play like Claire's side or whatever. I'm like, I started that for a little bit and I'm like, I'll play Resident Evil 3. So I started that and I got quite a ways into it and then hopped on, played some Warzone with Hog and Dog Tag and Sib. And then yeah, I went back to Resident Evil 3. It's just kind of cool like that they revamped those games because like I remember those from like when I was fucking like in high school, maybe even like well no, not even high school. I was probably like in like 6th, 7th grade when I started playing like Resident Evil games and shit. So
I played like 2 my entire life.
I remember playing them on the PlayStation. PlayStation
yeah,
2, actually.
that was dude, that was like the scariest thing ever because the controls were so choppy and shit. And like you'd start running away from a zombie and they fucking grab you.
Yep.
I was like, oh my god, this is so frustrating. And even though it's revamped and shit, the same shit fucking happens. Like
Oh,
there's no
oh, yeah.
like dexterity to it.
So I got a question.
What up?
If you could live in like any time period in our history, any time period, what would it be and why? Let y'all think about that.
Any time period.
Any time period.
Well, I mean, like pre like 1900.
Like any time period, like medieval times, caveman times.
Yeah, I know, but like any time
Industrial Revolution, shit like that.
yeah. No, I'm just saying like anything prior to like 1900, like there were slaves and stuff. So I don't think I'd want to live in that time because I wouldn't want to be like a slave, but I also wouldn't want to be like a slave owner either. So I think probably like like the movie Great Gatsby, like
Yep.
1920s, like the big boom like that. I think that'd be perfect. Fucking getting drunk, fucking making money on Wall Street, shit like that. I think that'd be great. Like, a refrigerator costs like $40, shit like that. If you were making like $600 a day, you could buy like 90 refrigerators a day.
Me,
Yes.
I got a phone call. Give me 1 second, my fucking.
No, you're fine. I think that's what I would want to do, like right before World War One, shit like that. Like right before the Great Depression. Yeah. But at the same token, like free love, fucking like 1967, the summer of love, like Jimi Hendrix, fucking Rolling Stones, like good music, like 1960s. Dude, that would have been wild.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking people like everywhere you went, people were smoking joints and shit. nobody cared. But then, that goes like hand in hand with the Vietnam War, and I don't really care about that kind of stuff. Even though I have a lot of weapons and stuff and firearms, I used to have firearms and stuff, but like it's like I don't know. Like I think that time was great, but like there was just too many people that were like it's kind of like what we're going through nowadays. I mean, I don't want to, our audience or whatever. I don't want to like trigger anybody, but it's kind of like the same movement. Like back then, like there's like free love. Like if you're gay, everything's okay. Nowadays, it's like you can be whatever you want. I think that's awesome. That's great, but it's just a different time. Like it's way different times. We haven't had a draft for ever since the Vietnam War. You know, back in the 1960s and towards the end of the 1960s, early 70s, you were drafted to the war and all that stuff. So
Um, I'm probably agree with you in like 1960s because at least as like an adult, because one, the smoking joints everywhere, no one caring. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Also, it wasn't like too terrible of living back then.
no, no. You could buy a house at $30,000, like a good house for like 30 grand or less, and you could have it paid off in like 10 years.
Yeah. Now it's just terrible.
A gallon of gas was 25 cents, maybe. I guess in the 60s, I guess it was like 52 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays it's terrible. So.
Because like I remember like because like my dad because my dad was born in 1950, so when I was born, my dad was 38 years old. So when I was growing up, like my dad was telling me about the good old days. He's like, I'd go work for a farmer on a Saturday, and he'd pay me $10 for a day's work. And he goes, $5 could fill up my car full of gas. And I'm like, no shit. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, so I have $5 to spare. And he goes, a pack of cigarettes was 50 cents. So he goes, I'd go buy a pack of cigarettes. So he goes, I'd be down to $4.50. Like in his pocket. After he filled up his car, bought his cigarettes. He goes, a 6-pack of beer was 75 cents. So he'd buy a 6-pack of beer. So then he was down to like $3.75 or some shit like that. To go to the dance, it was 25 cents a person. He'd take a girl there. So he was down to $3.25. And then, whatever they did after that, if they went to go get something to eat or like a milkshake or something like that, he goes, by the end of the night on a Saturday night, if I worked all day Saturday and I made $10, he goes, I'd still have about $2 or maybe $1.50 in my pocket. And he goes, and I could get up in the morning and go do it again on Sunday. And he goes, that was the best time of my life. And I'm like, I looked at my dad and I said, do you know what it takes? Like, cause like, like when I was, dating my wife at the time, I'm like, do you know what it costs to like take my wife to a movie and dinner on a Saturday night? And he goes, no. I said, well, dinner is like $45, like for both of us.
Mhm.
That's no drinks. That's just straight decent restaurant, whatever. That's
Right.
$45. Go to a movie, it's $10 a ticket each, so there's $20, and then popcorn, pop, whatever candies you want. I'm like,
Right.
it's damn near $100, to take a woman out for dinner and a movie. And my dad goes, I wouldn't have dated anybody. Like that's just like he's like, I wouldn't have ever dated anybody.
Yeah, it's
Because
funny.
that's just too expensive. He's like, but times were so, and that was hard to explain to somebody that was so used to those times, like that times have changed and it's not that way anymore. But my dad was so stuck on the easy times, I guess, or I guess the easier or less expensive times. It was just hard for him to fathom the idea that it did cost that much nowadays, because like my mom and dad had a 10 acre, like, um, like farm, well, not farm, but I guess an acreage. It was 10 acres, nice house, garage, everything. And they paid for that house in cash and they bought it for $36,000. Well, when my mom sold it, and she sold it, you know, probably less than what she should have got out of it, but she sold 10 acres of, potentially farmland, which it was all, timber, because
Right.
my dad was an outdoorsman. He wanted to hunt, so we had all timberland, and she sold it for like 170. But like you think about that, they bought that in 1977, and that's how much of a return they got. They bought it for 35,000 or $32,000 back in 1977, and then 2021 she sold it for 170 or something like that. That's crazy. Like that's a huge return on your investment. That's nuts.
Could have got more though.
She should have got way more, but yeah, she was eager to sell because she couldn't take care of it without my dad. And because like
Understandable.
well, and that was the thing, like, because I mean my wife was pregnant at the time with our first daughter, and I was going home like every weekend to mow and like do upkeep on the property to make it look good. And like I told my mom, I'm like, I can't keep doing this after my daughter's born. I just can't do it. And so she's like, well, I better sell it. And so she was more eager to sell than like hold. She should have held out for a little bit more. I think she could have probably got at least 200,000, but apparently, because I have not been back to that house, even though that was the house I was born and raised in, I've not been back there. I've heard from a lot of people, they're like, don't ever drive by there because it'll break your heart because it's just overgrown and it just looks like shit. And it's just like all the work we put into it to make it look good, like it's just not the way it used to be. And that's what
What's that?
sucks. So,
Uh, I had like the opposite experience with the house I used to live in. They made it look better than what it was.
oh shit. Well, that's good though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I would have liked for these people to do, but because we had like it was kind of a weird setup. Like it was kind of a farm, but it really wasn't, and we had like a pasture area. We had like a gardening area. We had a bunch of different areas over like where we lived, and like um once like mom and dad like they got too old to like manage like the pasture and stuff, we just ended up mowing it instead. Um it was supposed to all be brome grass, for like horses or like
Yeah.
lambs or sheep or whatever. But we just kept mowing it and keeping it up. I mean, the way it probably is now, I mean, I'd hate to drive by there just because it'd probably piss me off. But I bet if I drove by there now, I'd be like, oh, well, they're doing it the way that like I remember it when I was a little kid, because we didn't always mow everything and keep it all clean. We always just like cleaned up the areas that needed to be cleaned and stuff. So it's kind of weird because I remember when I was a kid, like we had horses and stuff, so we always had to have the brome grass because the horses would eat the grass and stuff like that. So um, yeah, but I mean, if you don't have any livestock or anything like that, well then it's just kind of overgrown and kind of worthless, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I do miss that place a lot. Dude, I remember like walking out my front, like out my mom and dad's front door and shooting my rifles and shit, like right out their front door. Like it was great. Like, it was fun as shit. Okay, now that we've answered Lance's question, Lance, what timeline would you like to live
Medieval times.
in? Medieval time.
Specifically,
I'm not surprised.
yeah, of course, because I'm the knight fanatic, but mainly with the Templar Knight sort of thing. Because I believe strongly If I was in that situation where they're going around pillaging fucking villages and burning them all down and raping all the women, all that crazy bad shit Templar Knights were doing, I will become a rogue and take them all out and become the king. Yeah. I just want no. I just want to go back where I can be in a battlefield. I just want to be in the midst of pure chaos.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I and like going stemming off of that, like 1920s, 30s, right before the war, I would have grown up in that time. I'd have probably been in like I think I would have ended up being in the wrong hands of the wrong type of people. I'd have probably because like the prohibition was going on back then, like bootleggers with like alcohol and stuff. I think I would have probably been like a bootlegger or something. I'd been like, "Hey, you want some booze? I know a guy." I would have probably been in a lot of trouble. I probably would have been killed, I suppose.
Shit, if it wasn't for my heart problem, I would be a Marine right now.
Yeah.
That's what I went in for. Me and a buddy of mine, we went in for Marines, and then we were gonna try and be snipers. Like we were hoping to be, because you know how snipers are. You got the person who shoots and the person who's with them. We were trying to be partners with on sniping. But
So marksman.
yeah. So and then
Apparently those guys have like do not poop or use a restroom for like months at a time.
Well,
they
pee
just
in their
pee them.
pants.
Yeah, they just piss and shit themselves.
Yeah.
But they found out about my heart and like, that ruined the entire thing. And then he became a Marine, and then something happened. He left early. He won't tell me why.
My dad, which was so stupid because my dad was the last like living member of our family, and for some reason he thought that like he had to join either the National Guard or the Army because he thought he would get drafted, but he was the last like male of our family at the time. He wouldn't have even had to join, but he just did anyway because he was scared that he would get drafted or whatever. I remember him telling me the funniest story. He goes, when he got to boot camp, the drill sergeant goes, "Do you know how to drive a truck?" And my dad goes, "I know how to drive a truck. Is it a stick shift or an automatic?" Like, my dad was like just interested in like what this truck was.
Right.
And the drill sergeant goes, "You see that wheelbarrow over there?" And dad goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's what you're going to be driving all day for the next 30 days. You're going to be hauling sand from that spot over to this spot for the next 30 days. And my dad goes, I remember after that, you don't volunteer for anything when you're in the Army. Like, you just don't fucking volunteer for anything. Because, hey, do you know how to count numbers? Yeah, we'll count every fucking hole in this fucking target over here. Like, that's what they would do. It was like the stupidest fucking stuff, but they'd make it like seem like it was such a prestigious thing. Like, do you know how to run a truck? Oh yeah, I know how to drive a truck. Okay, grab that wheelbarrow. You're gonna be running that for the next 30 days.
Yep.
I just remember my dad was like, after that, I didn't volunteer for shit. After that,
Oh, yeah.
like it was, yeah.
Shit they did. Ridiculous, bro.
Well, I mean, like when my dad when he was in basic training, like the drill sergeants could fucking hit you. They could fucking throw you down on the ground and shit like that.
Right, yeah, it was
Nowadays,
much more.
nowadays they
efforts.
can't do that. They can't touch you. They can verbally abuse the shit out of you, but they're not supposed to even lay a
Yeah.
finger on you nowadays.
And
so.
the verbal one, that one's even getting restricted.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Cause yeah, my dad said that he cleaned like the latrine or whatever, like the toilets and stuff, and his drill sergeant was like, "There's a speck on that porcelain, Anderson," and my dad's like, "No, there's not." And he goes, "That drill sergeant grabbed me by the fucking like lobe of my ear and drugged me into the fucking latrine and showed me where the spot was." And he goes, "Nowadays they can't do that." I'm like,
Nope.
"Yeah." I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm like, and I think it's like goes back to that quote. I think we've talked about that before on this podcast, where like, uh, you know, tough times create tough men create easy times create weak men create tough times, and it just keeps going over and over.
Yeah.
And I think it comes down to that, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, like
I just think
for me,
it's kind of it's uh it's gonna be interesting to see what the next time is going to be.
oh yeah.
And that's what's scary for like me and you, Hog. Like we're bringing up kids in this world, and we don't know what kind of world we're bringing them up into.
Yep.
And that's what's scary. It is, because like, I mean, I had a dad that was a role model for me. Like, I mean, yeah, he had his quirks. He had things about him that I'm not proud of, but God, he was my dad, and you know, I loved him, and I still love him. But like, he was a strong man, like a manly man, and like, what's the next generation of men going to be like, or are they even going to be men?
Yeah.
Because of this transgender thing, and I don't want to fucking piss anybody off with that, but like who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. Like
I
don't
mean,
don't get me wrong. I support all of our soldiers and stuff, but with how it's going now, we're gonna have soldiers that are sissies.
yeah, yep.
Like it's terrible to say that, but it's true.
Well, when my dad was in the guard, dude, like there were people like that didn't want to be enlisted anymore, and they like, in order to get out, like you could either say that you either had to have a health problem, or you had to tell like your commanding officer that you were gay. And a couple of his friends that were still his friends till the day he died didn't want to be in the guard, and they just told their superior officer that they were gay.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Okay, you're not going to be in the army
Yep.
anymore." So if that's still the standard, that'd be interesting to see how the army
Um.
standard is now with all that, with especially with like um because I know like a lot of females want to be in on football teams and stuff like that, and I fully support it. I think that's great, if you want to do that. But it'd be interesting, like a female be like, I want to be a grunt in the army or whatever, like see what see what happens, I guess.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Be wild.
Um. I have a friend who was in the army, and he's trans,
Yeah.
and from what he said, I don't think that they really say much about the gay part, especially since they allow a trans.
Okay.
So
Well, and see, my thing too, and like, um, I guess my whole thing with the whole trans thing, and like people who identify as whatever, like I will embrace that, and I will do whatever you want me to. Like I will try to do whatever is the right thing. But like if I see somebody that looks like a guy, I'm gonna be like, hey, there's a dude over there. But like if they identify as a woman, like I think they need to like maybe not like, I guess not like aggressively, or like, I guess like attack me and be like, no, I identify as a woman.
yeah,
Like,
especially if it's the first time, just be like,
yeah, like,
hey,
cause I've never, like, I don't know, like, like, okay, Like you see me, you're like, oh, there's a guy with a beard over there. Okay, yeah, I am a guy with a beard. But like if I see like somebody over there, I'm like, oh, there's a guy over there. He has a beard like me, and they're like, oh no, I identify as a woman.
Get rid of
Like,
your beard.
okay, I didn't know that to begin with. Like I can't see that. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
it's something that you can't see. Whatever somebody identifies with is not like something that you can see with your eyes. You have to be told and learn. And I'll embrace it. I'll do whatever, you know, I can to make somebody happy. But at the same token, it's just like, well, don't fucking rake me over the coals because you look like a dude, but you identify as a woman. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Like,
dude, down here is weird. Like, I got
yeah,
people, like men, who will dress as females and walk around, but don't identify as females, and they're not gay.
yeah.
And then
I mean,
sometimes they'll
it'd
be
be
here
like,
with their girlfriend. I'm just like, what am I talking to right now?
yeah. And like my whole thing, it'd be like this, like, not like to bring race into it, but like you see a black guy over there, and you'd be like, hey, there's a black dude over there, and he'd be like, well, I identify as a white man. Oh shit, well, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah,
So my white friend over here, you know, it's kind of the same thing. It's a little different, but like it's kind of the same principle. Like you cannot, yeah, it's really not the same thing because you can't
yeah,
see
no,
what
I
they're
get it though.
identifying as. Yeah, you can't see that.
Right.
So like if you have a girl that's like looks like a girl and you're just like, oh, there's a good looking chick over there, and you go up to her and you're just like, hey, you know, you're kind of a foxy looking chick, and she goes, well, I'm not, I don't identify as a woman. You're like, oh shit, well, I'm sorry, you know, like you'd be a good looking woman, but I guess you'd be even a twice better looking man, I guess, because
Yep.
you're really good looking, you know. I don't know. It's just and I think a lot of it because I talked to a couple of buddies of mine with that. I don't want to get too much into it, but like I think with the whole COVID and everybody like shutting down and people not working a lot, I think it like added more to the directive of like trans and things like that. I think they just had a lot, and I even called them out. Like I said it the right way. They or them, I guess, they had more time to, I guess, perfect their agenda because, you know, everything was kind of shut down for a while and it seemed like it was a big movement right after COVID was over. And I'm not discriminating. I think it's great. Like if you want to identify as whatever you want, like if I want to identify as a oscillating fan, like I'll identify with that. But I just think it became such a huge thing because I think a lot of people had just extra time.
See, I'm okay with the whole like you want to be trans, you want to be female, and all that. The one thing I'm not okay with is the
Pushing it on
pronouns.
my kids.
I mean that, but pronouns.
Yeah.
Like he, they, them. It's like I'm sorry, you're a he or you're a she. Which one are you?
Yeah. And I agree with that because like if you're a they, like are you a party of two or what are you?
Yeah, like what?
Like if you say I identify as a they or a them, okay, so when I order a drink for you, do I order two or one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I saw this joke on TikTok. The little girl's talking to his dad, and she goes, "So if someone identifies as a Furby or like an animal, and it's hunting season, would I go to jail if I were to get like hunt them?"
No, they're an animal. I tell you what, man, you tell me what, when and where. When it's hunting season, I tell you what, dude. All right, I'm just playing. I'm
Like
just
I
playing. Don't
identify
cancel
as
me.
a Furby. All right.
All right, I tell you what, I need me some pelts. I need to go sell to the butcher.
No, my whole thing though is like I feel like kids should have a safe space if they identify with whatever they want to identify with. But like don't push it on my kids, I guess. Like if you want to be a furry or whatever and you need a litter box in schools, because I guess that's the new thing, like kids want litter boxes in schools so they can piss in a litter box because they identify as a cat or whatever the fuck they want to do. That's great, but don't push it on my kids. Like,
Yeah. One thing, like my kid's mom. I'm okay with the whole nail polish because like I'll do it sometimes, but she'll
dude,
do like
I
makeup and
can't wait for
everything
the
on.
day for my daughters to paint my toenails one day, like
Yeah,
just for practice.
but
I cannot wait for that.
but like my thing is she'll put like full on makeup on their face. I'm like these are boys. Nail polish, okay, but don't go
Yeah.
full on makeup. Like I should not be having to wipe lipstick and eyelash off of my boys.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you're gonna make them want to be girls.
yeah. And I mean, I think like especially like when you're a younger person, I mean, I think we've all been there where like I mean, I'm not saying like all of us have ever been like gay before, but I'm just saying like there were times, you know, especially in my younger days cuz I'm a heterosexual white male, but like when I was younger, you know, I was like hanging out with my buddies. I remember I'd get hit on with or hit on by a girl. I'd be like, I'd like to hang out with her, but I'm like, no, I want to go play Xbox with my boys. So I'd rather do that. And people probably thought I was gay because I wanted to go fucking hang out with my friends and fucking play Xbox instead of going out with a girl. Like
Yeah.
that's just the way it was. You know, so like maybe that's another thing, like another stem from that, like where, oh, well, this kid doesn't like me because he wants to play video games or do whatever, play in a band or, you know, because I've been in bands, you know, played guitar for people. Oh, he'd rather do that than hang out with a girl or whatever. He's probably gay. And like, I mean, I'm not, but I guess that could probably be a way to misconstrue things, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't I guess I don't I will embrace whatever somebody tells me. Like if somebody says, "Well, I identify as pansexual or whatever," I'll be like, "Oh, well, I don't really know what that is, but I'll Google it and I'll try to understand it for you, you know, just out of respect." But
Do you really not know what
like,
pansexual is?
well, don't they like? Isn't pansexual? They're just attracted to like pretty much anybody.
Yeah, they're attracted to your personality, not the way you look.
Yeah, yeah. Like they like whether you're a man, woman,
Yeah.
bi,
As
trans,
long as
whatever.
they're attracted to your personality, whatever you are, they'll go
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. So like, and so, but that's what I mean. Like, if you didn't know that, you know, like you would be able to be
Oh,
like,
I thought it meant you fuck pans.
You would think that. How many times have you hit
I've,
your dick on a pan?
I've never tried that. I'm not pansexual.
I feel like you are.
Um,
And that's why you thought that.
no, I just honestly thought that's because I like pans.
but my whole thing, and I think it comes down to this with me, is I don't care if you identify as a woman, that's fine, and if you identify as a man, that's fine. But whatever package you have between your legs, that's the restroom that you need to be going into. And that's I'm going to say that with wholeheartedly because I don't want to have to worry about my daughter going into a restroom when she's 6 years old by herself and seeing a bearded man walking out of that restroom. Like, because she's going to be confused. She's going to be like, why is he walking out of the restroom that I'm supposed to be going in?
You see
Well,
that
he
video?
identifies as a woman.
You see that video of this guy like walking his daughter into the restroom? And he doesn't go in, but he opens the door and like watches her go in.
And some dude walks out.
Yeah, and some dude comes out.
No, I have never seen that. No.
Oh my god, bro. I saw that, I got heated. I'm just like, why? Why are you in there?
Yeah. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if you identify as a woman, I get that. But if you have a dick between your legs, you have to go into a men's bathroom. If you have a vagina between your legs, then you're going into a woman's bathroom.
Okay. Here you go. Here's a question. What if you're a man going in the process of becoming a female? You got the top
Like
done.
transitioning.
Yeah, you got the top done, but
Okay.
you haven't gotten the bottom done yet. Which one are you going?
Well, I think to me, whatever, because I mean, there's guys that have man boobs, right? So I
Hey, hey, you leave me alone, all right?
Lance, I think whatever you have between your legs defines what you are.
Okay,
I mean,
that's fair.
I just feel that way, and that probably is wrong. I'm sure might get some hate in the comments, but I just feel like if you're not fully transitioned to whatever sexuality you desire to be, if you have a penis, you're going to the men's bathroom. If you have a vagina, you're going to the women's bathroom, and that's the way it's going to be.
Fair.
And I don't think, okay, so I don't want people to get misconstrued either,
What's up,
because
Samuel?
I don't think that that's the agenda. Like, I don't think that a trans person is wanting to, necessarily molest a little kid or anything like
Right.
that. I don't think that that's what the agenda is. So I want to just say that so that way it doesn't. But like, it is just really weird if I, a bearded guy, man, who identifies as a man, goes into a girl's bathroom after a 6-year-old kid goes in there. I just think that's fucking.
Alright, no, I mean, granted, like, me, just today when I was door dashing, I had to use the restroom so bad to the point where this order I delivered, luckily it was like a business building, but you had to like ring a doorbell for them to come to the door. And when she came to the door, I'm like, I hate to ask this, but can I use your restroom? And she pointed to it, and there was only one door, and like half of it was a skirt. So like I'm sitting here like, wait, can I go in this one? Is this the female one? And then I looked over to the other door, and there was nothing on it. I'm like, I guess this is the only door.
Yeah, no, I've gone into a place.
Can't hear you, Seth.
Oh, you can't?
When you were facing that way, you could.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in a bar before where, surprisingly, the men's bathroom was more occupied than the women's, and I asked the owner. I was like, "Hey, can I use the women's bathroom really quick?" They're like, "Yeah, like if you gotta pee, we'd rather you pee, you know,
In the bathroom.
in the bathroom than on the floor or whatever."
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny, like there were like hardly any women in the bar at all. But when I walked out of the bathroom, there was like 12 fucking women, and all of them wanted to use the bathroom. And like when I walked out, they were like, "Ew," and I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, I fucking had to pee. I'm sorry." Men's bathroom was fucking full or whatever. But like it wasn't like anything like bad, I guess. It was just one of those things, like
Yeah, I had to go.
one of them one-offs or whatever. So
That's fine.
I guess I wasn't going in there with rude intentions or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's the way it is with any of the other, trans people or whatever. I'm sure they're not going in there with ill intentions or whatever.
Oh yeah,
but
no.
it does seem kind of off-putting, like if a 6-year-old girl goes into a bathroom and then a dude that looks like me that identifies as a woman fucking follows her in. Like, I think that's just
Oh yeah, no. Like,
Not
I'm sorry, if I have a daughter and she goes to the bathroom and a man looking like even me goes in there, I'm going in.
yeah.
But I'll even open the door. I'm like, I'm sorry, any
But
women
I think that
that are in
just
here.
goes with like fatherly instincts or parent
Oh,
instincts.
facts.
I think that's what it comes to. Because I mean, like even a woman could rape a girl. Like I mean, rape a kid. I guess. but like it's just it seems more threatening when you see like somebody that like looks like that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
When I was a kid, I got dared to go in a woman's bathroom and I did it.
oh, same.
And there was a girl in there. I remember this because I got what's it called suspended for it or I don't know whatever punishment I got. My parents got really mad at me, but I went in there and I was really like creepy about it. I was just creeping up in there, trying to like go in there, just like do something and come back out. I went in there and there she was, bro, just sitting there, just fucking washing her hands. I said, "What's up?" And she started screaming. She ran out of there. No, fucking the dudes, the little other kids I was hanging with, they weren't even there, bro. They left me behind. So when I walked out, there was fucking the teacher or principal, some fucking administrator, I don't know.
That's funny.
I fucking, no, it ain't, man. Everyone thought I was weird. I'm not. I just got dared to do it, and I'm not a bitch. You dare me to do something, I'm gonna do it. Mama always said, if your friend jump off a cliff, would you do it too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
me
that
too.
too.
Yeah. If it was my homies, I'm
I
going.
mean,
I'm
I
following with them.
don't mean any ill towards the trans community. I just, you know, I want to understand and I want to try to respect them. Like that's my whole thing.
Yes.
You know, a lot of
They,
people like
they
my
set
age,
boundaries, honestly.
huh?
They set boundaries and when it comes to fucking
Well, yeah,
transsexuality.
but
Like,
like if you identify as something, you need to like make that known before we like even delve into a conversation with each other. Like I need to know like where you stand and stuff because I ultimately like I don't want to offend you. Like that's my whole goal. Because like I like people. I mean, I help people every day with what I do for a living and stuff. And like I don't want you to think that just because I think one way, that means that that's exactly the way I am. I want you to try to, I guess, make me understand what you feel and like what you believe in. Like because I'm open minded. Like I'll try to understand everything.
I can see it there.
But I guess the they them thing does confuse me because like it's more of a joke than anything. It's like okay, well you sit down with somebody that identifies as a they or a them. It's like
I'm
okay,
gonna
do you
laugh
want
at
two
you.
drinks or do you just want one?
Yeah.
Or do you want two meals or one? Because if I gotta take you out to lunch, I gotta buy two fucking meals because you identify as multiple people. That's gonna cost me a lot more money than going out with somebody that identifies as a him or a her or an it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean I'll ultimately try to understand everything because I mean that's the way the world's going, but I mean like I think I saw like a TikTok about like a teacher was talking to her class and she was like saying like it's okay if you're gay, it's okay. And I think that's great, but like what if kids really aren't?
I
What if
think
they're
they
not?
should not be saying anything like that until probably like high school.
there's a kid in my brother's school. He goes to private school. My mom actually told me about this. He reminded me. There's this kid that now his name was like Dylan. Now he asks to be called like fucking Daisy or something like that. And he's like 11, 12 years old. My brother is like in fifth grade, and they have like classes that like teach you like how to respect that and how to understand.
No,
They actually like
it's
my
not.
brother's school. My mom hates it.
I would hate it.
She literally is putting him in public school next year because of that.
Jesus. Like that, I seriously believe that should not be taught until high school. Say
That
middle.
should even when it comes to a kid when they're 18 years old, then that's when they they should decide
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's been many cases, and even my dad told me about this shit where like people who are like 18 or 17 get a sex change, become a dude, or they do shit like get rid of their breast, they get rid of their urethra, Okay, there's been females who like get rid of their ability to have children, and then they get like 30 years old, and they always regret that decision because they
Yep.
did it when they were so young. All right, I I 100% agree. It's just when it comes to children, man. All right, let's like let them be. It's like they're kids. Their
Well,
mind's
let
like a
them
they're
do it their own way.
yeah. You're just there to guide them in the right direction. If you're gonna sit there and immediately talk about, hey, you know, you should do you love your body or some shit bullshit like that? Don't immediately go to like you should change your sex or like
Yeah.
transgender.
And like
Well, and
like the
I
chat
mean, Hog,
says, it should
you're
be
bisexual, right, Hog?
yeah.
Okay, so how did you know that you were bi?
He sucked some dick.
No.
He enjoyed it.
No.
No, don't fucking make a joke out of it. Like, I honestly want to know.
So there was a friend of mine in like fourth grade, third grade,
Okay.
I think. That like we've been friends for a while, and so like I already knew the feelings towards like females and how that felt when you had an attraction towards them, and I started feeling it towards my buddy. And at first, I'm just like, no, that like it's just messing with me. Like that's my head. It's fake. Blah blah blah. And then we kept hanging out, and it just kept getting stronger and stronger. And I'm just like, no, no. And one day, we ended up kissing, and like felt really strong, and that's when I knew like it wasn't fake.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so I like both. Got it. And just like a surprise to me.
I was raised by a Muslim, so like you know, it took me so long. I'll be completely honest with you. I was so against it. Like even me and my homies, we were kind of like, we were douchebags towards gay people. Anybody who was even close to that, we were douchebags too. But it took me so long to finally mature enough to be like, you know, just don't give a shit about it.
All right.
Because even at my job, I'll be completely honest. This guy, he was like 38 years old. He had a goatee. He was a dude, okay, but he had a purple ponytail, and his name was Michael, but he wanted everyone to call him Raven. Everyone called him Raven. I called him fucking Michael. One night, he was kind of being, I was trying to be jokey with him, and I called him Michelle, and he got so heated. I thought it was funny. Okay, even my manager thought it was funny because he was like getting butthurt. I was like, "Calm down, Michelle. Just a joke." I said it like that, and he got so pissed off. See me personally, okay? No, I don't know. I think it's the way I was raised. My aunt's I think my aunt's bisexual. She was married to a female, and then now after they divorced, 2 weeks later she got pregnant, and now she's engaged to that dude.
Lance, were
Yeah,
you
nice.
ever raped as a kid?
No,
I was.
What? Wait, are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's not funny. The way you put that made it sound like a
No,
joke. I'm
I
sorry.
was just asking. I was just asking because, like, I was raped as a younger kid, but that person that person's no longer in my life. But I was also
Good.
raped. I was raped by two women.
Oh my.
Younger me. I was raped by
Fucking Lance.
yeah. But I was raped by another woman on my 21st birthday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I don't remember like when I was younger. My parents found out about that. Like I didn't even know that it even happened when I think I was like 3. but anyway, like this, it was a babysitter that like touched me, like and shit. But anyway, when I was 21, I like got blackout drunk, passed out at my sister's house, and like one of my sister's dear friends that like she really trusted was like, I'm gonna take care of your brother. And my sister like really trusted this gal, and she like pulled my pants down and like
It's one hand.
sexually assaulted me, like raped me. And I didn't know that it even happened. And I brushed it off, like I was just like, oh, it's not a big deal. Because I didn't even know what happened until like, because I was wearing like a white polo shirt, like on my 21st birthday. Like I went to the club, like I'm feeling fucking good wearing a white polo shirt. I probably weighed like a buck 60, fucking looking good or whatever. I just remember like I walked out to my sister's garage and I lit up a cigarette. I'm smoking it, and my brother-in-law's like, "What the fuck's going on with your shirt?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" I looked down, and there was just a fucking like blood-stained trail on the bottom of my polo shirt. And this gal was on her rag that night, and she hopped on me and like grinded up my dick all night. And so I was like, did I get raped? And my brother-in-law was like, yeah, I think you did. And I was like, oh, cool. But then after that, like, I was just like, the whole Me Too movement, like everybody's like, Me Too, Me Too. I took that as like, oh, cool. I fucked a bitch on my 21st birthday. That's awesome. But most people would take it the opposite way nowadays. They'd be like, oh, I was raped. And so, like, I guess, like, after that happened, I was like, technically, I kind of was raped. That's kind of wild. But I never took it that way because, like, I didn't even know what happened. I was, like, dead asleep. But yeah, I was
It's
raped.
amazing how many guys like think like that. Like they don't think of it
Yeah.
as like, oh, we got raped.
Yeah, like, I mean, I really never thought of it as a bad thing.
Yeah. Guys
Yeah.
just think of it like that. Which
I was just like, oh, cool.
is
I
weird.
fucked a bitch on my 21st birthday. That's awesome. Like, cool. But I was just like, oh my god, like, like a couple years later, I'm like, holy shit, like, I kind of was raped, I guess. And my sister's like, fuck yeah, you were. Do you want to fucking like do anything about it? I'm like, fuck no. Like, who cares? Like, I don't really care. You know, it would have been better if she would have been better looking, but you know, she wasn't. She was an ugly gal. But yeah, I was raped. I've been raped twice. But like, I mean, I don't know. I think like that's more worse of the treatment to go through, like getting raped, than being told like, oh, I don't know what you identify as. Because like
Yeah.
people get so offended now. So what? It's so wild. But yeah, I was raped a couple times. But look at me. I'm living my best. But neither one of you guys have ever had like sexual assault or anything like that? Nothing crazy?
Nope.
Good for you, Lance.
Not of myself, but a bitch lied about me.
I mean, I've sexually assaulted myself a couple of times, but I mean, I've jacked off when I probably shouldn't have, You know what I mean? Like, like when you're like, I should probably rub one out, and you're like, I don't
I've
think I
had
should. And you're just like, you
the,
fucking rape yourself kind of thing.
the worst I've had is people thinking I've done that towards them.
Oh, gotcha.
But like it never really actually happened.
But no, yeah, I kind of got sexually assaulted by a babysitter when I was younger. But then, yeah, on my 21st birthday, this chick, like, it was yeah, like, I just remember, like, I fucking walked outside the next morning, hung over as shit, fucking lit up a cigarette. My brother-in-law was like, how was your night last night? I'm like, dude, I think I puked more than I fucking ate. Like, it was a bad night. And he's like, your shirt says that you've had a good time. And I fucking looked down, and there was just a red streak on my fucking shirt. And I'm like, oh my God, Michelle fucking raped me. And he goes, that's what that is, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, she fucking raped me. And he's
Jeez.
like, holy fucking shit. Like, you got raped last night. And I'm like, yeah. Like, she grinded on my fucking dick on my fucking shirt and fucking, like, put blood all over. You know, like, she was like a sleigh stack, you know, just fucking launched out fucking blood cum or whatever the fuck it is.
You can, Sam.
And he goes,
Just come on in.
dude, do you need help or anything? I'm like, no, I just need to go home. I went home and I like thought about it. I'm like, fucking 21st birthday, got fucking laid, yes. And then like a couple years later, I'm like,
But
it was
I had
great.
I had to make a joke about it. But technically, if you think about it, you didn't fuck a chick. A chick fucked you.
Yeah, 100%. I was passed out. I was drunk, fucking passed out. I was dead asleep because
Wait,
here's
so
back end of the story. So my sister Amber and my brother-in-law Jason, they were downstairs with me and Michelle, which is the chick who raped me.
Oh, no, not that way.
Which is fucking weird to even say. But anyway, they were down. We were all in their basement in my brother-in-law and my sister's house, and Amber and Jason, my brother-in-law and my sister, they said we're gonna go upstairs and go to bed. And Michelle goes, "I'm gonna take care of Seth. I know he's drunk. Blah blah blah. I'll make sure he's okay." And I wake up in the morning, she's fucking like gone, like she's not there. I fucking wake up and I'm like, okay. Fucking go upstairs. And Jason goes, "How was your night last night?" I'm like, "Fuck, dude, I'm so fucked. I'm still fucked up." I'm like, "I just need a cigarette." And he goes, "Looks like you had a good time." And he pointed down at the bottom of my shirt. I fucking look down. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" So this gal promised my sister she was gonna take care of me, and she
Did in
raped me.
another way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my sister, like, after that night, like, because I mean, this gal was a really good person. I really, even to this day, even though she did that dirty deed towards me, I still like Michelle. I will always like her because she was a pretty good person, and she was a really good dear friend of my sister. But after that fucking day, my sister's like, "I'm fucking done with her." She's like, "There's
I mean,
no
I
fucking
don't blame her.
yeah." And I even asked my sister, like, because like my sister always likes to rekindle, like, you know, relationships with people and stuff. And my sister, I asked my sister, I'm like, "Have you talked to Michelle?" And she goes, "Not since that night." She goes, "I won't ever talk to her again." She goes, "That fucking woman, like," she goes, "She's a fucking, like, a molester. She molested you. Like, that's just what she is." And I'm like, "Well, you know, like, you know, before, like," and I'll tell you just a precursor, like, when we were at the bar and shit, like, we were making out and stuff. But I mean, once you're like passed out and drunk, like, you can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't offer consent, you know. So yeah. So yeah, I was raped a couple times. It's kind of wild, both by women. You know, usually like usually it's like an uncle or a fucking distant relative that does it to you. But no, this is just a friend of a friend, I guess, a friend of my sister's. So
My dad had his first child with his babysitter.
what?
Yeah, my dad got his babysitter pregnant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I think he was like 12.
Dude. That's like
bro, I
That's
scared women my entire
baby's-
life till I was 18.
It's kind of how I feel.
Dude, they were like weirded out by me.
After high school is when they started like noticing.
Oh no, it took me like 2 years after high school. Actually, no. It took me like it took me like a couple months after high school. I fucking tried my hardest with one chick. She finally said yes to a date. That date, I made out with her, and my homie ruined it by saying, "Oh shit!" And her dad was sitting over there, and his dad looked at us. Man, I was gonna get some poontang, and he said, "Nah, no poontang for you." But I did like 4 weeks after that. She came over to my house, and
Nice.
fuck yeah. I told her like
You
3
want fuck
weeks
yeah?
after, like I lost my virginity to you, and she started crying, like bawling her eyes out.
Why?
I don't know. She was like, "You should have told me. I thought you were some shit like that, man. I don't know."
See,
She's like, yeah. I did the old like, I wanted to wait for the right person. It was you.
see, the
She fell in
person,
love with me.
the person I lost it to also cried, but that's because they told me to like go screw someone else first.
What about you, Seth?
What?
Why'd you say it like that, dude? What? You like looked up, what? No, I'm saying like, who was the chick that you lost your virginity to?
Did she cry?
Well, I think I told you guys, like, I lost my virginity to a chick in a cornfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did
But
she
Did
cry?
she-
technically, I mean, when I was younger, I lost my virginity to a chick that was like a babysitter.
That doesn't
but-
count.
Okay. So yeah, my I guess my first time that I recollect was I was detasseling. That's what we do in Iowa. We detassel corn. You pull the tassels off of the corn and shit. And this gal was like, "Hey,
I like the way you
like,
pull those
I like
tassels.
you or whatever." Huh?
She was like, I like the way you pull those tassels.
Yeah, kind of like she's like, I wonder if you can pull my dick or pull your dick like that or something. I don't know. And so
Right.
like, so she was just like, and she had like dude, this chick was equipped. Like she had everything. Cause like currency in the cornfield is like a Ziploc bag full of fucking cigarettes. Like if you have a Ziploc bags full of cigarettes, like it's game over. And this gal's like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." She fucking pulls out a fucking like a Ziploc bag full of fucking cigarettes out of her fucking bra, and she's like, "Hey, here you go." Fucking lights me one up, and I'm smoking it. I'm fucking pulling tassels or whatever. And she's like, "Hey, bring a condom to work tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay." I remember I was so fucking nervous because, like, my small town that I lived in, everybody fucking knew everybody. I remember walking into the drugstore that they knew everybody. I remember the owner, his name's Ed Meyer, and I said, he goes, Seth, what can I get you? And I said, I need a condom, and he goes, are you sure? I'm like, yes, like, yeah. And this owner of this pharmacy fucking went to my same fucking church that me and my mom and my dad went to. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking say something. Like he can't, but because of HIPAA or whatever. But I know he's gonna fucking say something to my mom and dad. So I went in and got a fucking condom. Went back to work. Fucking is in the same crew as Brooke. That's her name, Brooke. And I said, hey Brooke, I brought the deal. I brought it. And she goes, okay. So we're detasseling or whatever. And out of nowhere, she just bends over right in front of me and she goes, let's fucking go. And I'm like, all right, here we go. So I fucking, like, she starts sucking me off a little bit. Fucking slip the condom on, getting ready to fucking, like, put her in. She bends over in front of me,
Think so?
start going for the puss. She goes, you can't do it there. I'm Catholic. I said, okay. So I'm still trying to put it in her pussy, and she's like, no, put it in my ass. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I did.
Did you wait? Did you put it in her badusi?
I tried to put it in her pussy.
But did it go in?
No.
Then it don't count.
Yeah, so I butt fucked her.
Yeah, it don't count. That's not your first time, dude. The
Yeah,
first
that
time you put it
wasn't-
into a badusi, that's your first time.
Well, so I would count that as my first time having sex, but butt sex, I guess. So I put it in her ass, and I just remember like when I was like stroking it in and out and stuff, I was so confused, and I asked her, I said, "What the fuck is the condom for?" And she goes, so it's so you can pull the condom off so I can eat your cum when we're done. I'm like, this woman's done this before.
Oh yeah.
This gal is very experienced here. Yeah, did not know that. But like the first vaginal sex, probably when I got to college.
Okay. So you had
I
cowboy
think I
butt
was
sex
like,
first.
I think I was 13 when I had sex with Brooke. You know, I was young. I was young as shit. I had anal way before I knew that anal was cool. You know, like kind of deal.
All right, I do gotta leave real quick, boys.
Well,
We got some shit to
we
get
can
into.
end it.
And so we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. Do you want to end it?
Yeah, let's end
Oh
it.
yeah, for if they put that far, might as well.
All right,
Let's end
guys.
it. You guys want to
Gonna-
run some Warzone or something?
End it on some cowboy butt sex.
Yeah, the cornfield butt sex.
Cornfield butt
Cornfield
sex.
butt pick. Fucking cornhole.
Cornholio.
Cornholes. All right. We'll chat
All
with
right,
you
guys.
boys
Later.
later.
All right, I meet you on the headset.